Hello. This October 23rd meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Burleson Independent School District is now called to order at 5:30 p.m. The meeting was duly posted according to legal requirements and a quorum is present. Thank all of you for being here, employees and guests. And the board encourages public comment during the public comment section of the meeting. Anyone wishing to speak must fill out a card prior to the meeting. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per person, and the public comments section will be limited to no more than 30 minutes. The board may not discuss any issues that are not posted on our agenda, and the board may defer agenda item discussions until the appropriate time during the meeting. The board asks that citizens do not present complaints or concerns regarding individual employees or students at this time, as the district has a complaint policy that must be followed before the concern is addressed with the board. And I believe we have one gentleman here this evening, Mr. Gary Lasada, who would like to speak to us.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Gary Lasada. I live at 802 Dove Creek Trail, Southlake, Texas. I'm here tonight to discuss with you something called the Tarrant Appraisal District. Every odd year, the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors is reappointed by the taxing entities, of which you are one. And this year is that year. We just completed the nomination process. I've been nominated by a little over 20 entities throughout Tarrant County. Next month, in the early part of the month, you'll probably be receiving, a ballot. My name and approximately 6 others will appear on that ballot. So I'm here tonight, obviously, is to ask you for your votes, but also to tell you a little bit about TAD and a little bit about myself. I spent 6 years on the Appraisal Review Board in Tarrant County, and everybody gets confused between that and the Tarrant Appraisal District Board. The Appraisal Review Board are basically individuals such as yourselves and myself that serve more or less like judges, and you come in and you would appeal your property values to a panel of 3, of which I chaired for 6 years, and you would state your case, district would state its case, and then we'd come up with a decision on assessing your value. The Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors has no particular influence over the Appraisal Review Board, and that's because of state property tax code laws. However, we have a budget that we need to make sure is in line with what the staff provides to us every year. That's a little bit over $29 million. And we also sort of set the policies. And I say sort of because if you've been following the news lately, TAD has not been in a positive light. The chief appraiser recently resigned. Most of his staff, direct reports are gone. And I don't mind saying this, and I've said it publicly, and I'll say it again. And basically, TAD was left in a shambles. I'm very familiar with the board. I spent 2 years. 4 years ago, I was appointed, and then 2 years ago, I took off. And then I was asked again this year to run again because there are a lot of public leaders that feel that we need strong leadership at TAD. I'm uniquely qualified for this position, and I would stack my resume up with anybody's in Tarrant County, and I think I would prevail because of the uniqueness of it. I also have a master's degree in education from Stanford University. I worked in the school system as assistant to the superintendent of schools, and I worked in city government. I've had my own companies. I've been around. I'm pretty old, so I've been around for quite a while. And I have my master's at Stanford was in education, but it was in organization and administration. And that's exactly what's lacking right now at TAD. It needs some help, and it needs it desperately. I think that most people don't know what's going on over there, and I'm not going to air all of its dirty laundry, but I have stayed engaged even though I haven't been on the board for the last 2 years. People ask me, what are your goals? And I said, I have 3 major goals, and I have a lot of minor goals, but the first one is to hire a new chief appraiser. And we have to get that right the first time because of all the difficulties that have occurred over the last 15 years. So my second goal would be to initiate an audit of the software at, oh, did I speak 5 minutes already? I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I was just letting you know.
Thank you. I didn't realize I was speaking that long. A second goal is to get an audit taken care of the software system to get that into correct order. Since its inception, it has been a nightmare. And the last thing is to change the culture at TAD. I think we need to revert back to the days of servants of the people and not the other way around. So those are the three major goals. Next month you'll get the ballot. My name will be on it. I cherish your votes. And I guess my time's about up.
You have 15 seconds.
Well, it's up. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for taking time to be here.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate that. All right, so the Board of Trustees of the Burleson Independent School District will adjourn into closed session at 5:36 p.m. for the purpose of considerations of matters for which closed sessions are authorized by Title V, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Sections .071 through .084, whereupon the superintendent, at the request of the President of the Board of Trustees, will present for the Board's consideration or discussion the following matters. Consider teacher and/or administrator employment or other appropriate personnel matters. Deliberate a negotiated contract for prospective gift or donation. Deliberate the use of security personnel devices and/or audits, including the intruder detection audit. D, deliberate a matter regarding a student or student discipline. And E, deliberation regarding real property, specifically to consider offers from the Texas Department of Transportation to acquire property rights to parcel 16 for project number R00002292, being 1.265 acres, 55,098 square feet of land situated in the David Anderson survey located between Interstate Highway 35 west to east of County Road 602, and parcel 20 for the project R00002292, being 0.0635 acres or 2,765 square feet of land situated in the David Anderson survey located between Interstate Highway 35 west to east of County Road 602, and F, consultation with our attorney. So at this time, we will adjourn to closed session. Of the Burleson Independent School District will reconvene to open session at 6:35 p.m. We have a few items to take care of from closed session. The first item we have is a matter to do with a piece of property with TxDOT.
Hold it. I move that the board authorize the superintendent to negotiate the sale of the sale to TxDOT of the property listed on the agenda according to the terms discussed in our executive session.
Okay, I have a motion from Mike and a second from Ryan. All right, all in favor? All right, I see all are in favor, none opposed, the motion carries. Next, I recommend that the Board of Trustees ratify and approve the following individuals to be employed on teacher and/or professional contracts for the 2023-2024 school year, subject to assignment by the superintendent, and pending their meeting the following requirements. 1, they must have a proper degree. 2, they have to have meet appropriate certification requirements, and they must clear a criminal history check. Could I please have a motion? Pat, and a second. Jerry, all in favor? All are in favor. There will be none opposed. The motion passes. All right. I recommend that the Board of Trustees ratify and approve the following individual to be employed on an administrator contract for the 2023-2024 school year, subject to assignment by the superintendent, and pending their meeting the following requirements. They must have a proper degree, they have to have appropriate certifications, and they have to clear a criminal history check. And could I have a motion, please? Michael, second. Dallas, all in favor? All right, I see all are in favor. There will be none opposed, and the motion carries. And finally, I recommend that the Board of Trustees grant the board president the authority to approve new hires between now and the next regular board meeting in November. The board will consider ratifying those hires at the next meeting. Could I please have a motion? Dallas, second. Sean, all in favor? I see none. All are in favor. There will be none opposed, and that motion passes. So if we could now stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. At this time, I'd like first to adopt the agenda. So if I could please have a motion that the Board of Trustees adopt the order of items for the October 23rd, 2023 agenda as presented. Jerry, and a second. Pat, all in favor? See, all are in favor. There will be none opposed. The motion carries. And now it's time for all of you people that are in the room, our special recognitions.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have representatives for the Burleson Opportunity Fund from each campus. We have College Board National Recognition, and we have a special message from our Ag Science program. I'm going to start by turning it over to Miss Ashley Loken.
Good evening. Tonight we are recognizing student groups and PTOs for their donations to the Burleson Opportunity Fund. We would like to begin by recognizing secondary student groups. As I call your campus, please come up and we'll take a group photo. BHS Student Council donating $500 to the Burleson Opportunity Fund. We've got Centennial Student Council, $500 to the BOF. And we've got the GDDS National Junior Honor Society for $125 to BOF.
Okay, we all take a few steps back. Keep going back because we want to get all of you in a picture. Dr. Jorgensen, would you like to be in this?
I don't know. Should I? Am I being invited?
Yes. Okay, y'all scoot in just a little bit more over here. Okay, how's that gonna work?
Can you get it?
Back just a little bit more. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, everybody look here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here.
And thank y'all. Thank you for doing this. This is outstanding. I appreciate it. One of them was in 501. They used to one up each other, so anyway.
Yep.
Good job.
Yep.
You can do that. All right.
Y'all are, is somebody else taking a picture?
No.
Okay, y'all are good to go whenever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks y'all for being here.
Thank y'all for being here.
Next, we're going to recognize our elementary student groups. As I call your campus, if you'll please come up and we'll take one group photo. We've got the Academy of Leadership and Technology at Mound Student Lighthouse Team with a $100 donation. And we've got Taylor Elementary students with a $1,275.86 donation from their Penny Ward.
Open the check up, bro.
Just those two? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, y'all all get together. Can you scoot in just a little bit? There you go. Does that work? Jimerson, would you like to be? Would you like?
Alright, everybody. Look here. 1, 2, 3.
You're like super cute. We're good?
I saw the Hey, thank you all. This is outstanding.
Y'all are good. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you for coming out here. Well done, everybody.
And now we have our campus PTOs, as I call your campus, if you will come up here. We've got Academy of the Arts at Branson PTO with $100 donation. They were not able to attend tonight. Academy at Nola Dunn, $500 donation. We've got Burleson Collegiate High School Parent Brigade, $200. Hike PTO, $1,000. Hughes PTO, $750. That's me. Fraser PTO, $350. Norwood Environmental Science Academy PTO, $25. STEAM Academy at Stribling PTO, $500. And STEAM Middle School PTO, $250.
Is that everyone? Are you sure? Yes. Okay. We'll never do it again.
Alright, everybody here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Anyone? Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much.
Second. Okay. You guys are say?
Just, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Seth Hickman for the.
And by the way, PISD between employees, student groups, and our parent association, excuse me, PTO, we have raised the deal out this year a little over $31,000. All of the scholarships for our kids.
All right, good evening, board members and Dr. Jimerson. So I'm here to recognize our College Board National Recognition Program students. The College Board's National Recognition Program creates pathways to college for students from underserved communities and ethnicities by awarding them academic honors and connecting them with universities across the country. These students scored in the top 10% on their PSAT, and they have great grades in school. So all these students have shown great academic achievement, and we can't wait to see what is next for them. So I'm going to introduce them to you by campus. So from Burleson High School, we have Alejandra Benitez Gomez, Mike Benitez Reyes, Galilea Corpus, Madison Davis, Henry Hawkins, Karina Moore, Tallulah Odeshea, Jada Owens, Eve Para, and Elena Rotoff.
All right. Come on, this is awesome.
All right, these are our Burleson High School kids.
Everybody, please squeeze. There we go.
All right, act like you like each other.
Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Brothers? She didn't stand that time. Did we get it? We good, Dad? Did you need the lighting different again?
All right, thanks, y'all. Good. Okay, from Centennial High School, we have Justin Aguilar, Caitlin Garcia, Madeline Hickey, Carissa Munoz, Jaden Reyes, Claudio Rodriguez Guzman, Noah Romano, and Avery Whitmore.
Ready?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Got it? Mom, got it? Got it? Okay.
She's working on it in the back.
Congratulations, and thank y'all for being here tonight. This is outstanding. Well done. Keep up the good work.
All right, and last from Burleson Collegiate High School, we have the A team. Their names all start with A. I know. So Abby Alcala, Abigail Lopez, Elena Medina, Ariana Medina, and Alejandro Carino.
You ready? All right.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
All right, hold on. We still got stuff going on back there. You can stand up. It's okay. You're good? Got it? All right. Congratulations.
All right, thanks y'all. So last year we had 14 students who were recognized. This year we're up to 23. So our kids are just, improving and improving every year. It's great.
Smart kids.
We have really smart kids
I
around here.
remember when I was top 10%.
Yep, you're top 10% in our hearts. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Randy Woolsey. Y'all are welcome to go, and your parents are welcome to leave as well.
Financials are coming up.
That's everyone's favorite. I know. Yeah, I like it. Get your notepad. Take notes. Thank you. Is it mine? Good evening. Thank you guys for having me here tonight. I am actually here to.
Hey, what about me?
I am actually here on behalf of a group of student and teachers, but they are not here with us because they're already putting to good use what you all supported in purchasing a new ag truck. This truck will actually help our students haul livestock and go to competitions like they're at tonight. So that's why you're seeing me here and not them. And I believe we have a quick video to show you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for this truck. We know it's been in the works for a while, and we're so grateful to have it for our upcoming shows.
So thank you all. We appreciate it, and it's definitely going to be put to good use. It's a brand new truck. Yes. Yes, we already had that trailer.
We actually had a truck that was on its last legs and was not reliable anymore. So we have another one. We have another Ford.
Yes.
I guess it doesn't matter. We bought a Ford.
Yes.
And we've had that. The other one has gone down, so we replaced it. We have so many kids trying to get to shows
Yeah.
that they put them to good use. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you all for your support. It means the world to us.
So you're saying they're boring?
Do we have any special recognition on the back?
Okay. All right, so announcement for
just going to say it's nice to see the district be able to help support the college fund, and they've done it year after year after year, so it's a good long-standing tradition within the district to do so. So the opportunity fund's always been a good thing, and it's great that the district's able to help.
Sorry. It's time for Steve Logan to tell us about the safety intruder detection audit. update.
Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. Tonight I've got a brief safety and security update for you all. At the end of September, TEA resumed their random intruder detection audits for the new school year. And since that time, we've had 4 campuses audited. They were BHS, Crossroads, Kerr, and Mound. And I'm happy to report they all passed, had no findings. So as Dr. Jimerson likes to say, a clean audit. And I'd like to thank those campus administrators and their staff for making sure they're following our safety protocols and doing everything they can on a daily basis to keep our staff and our students safe.
And it's nothing short of a miraculous effort, particularly on those big old secondary campuses.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of doors and a lot of kids and a lot of moving parts. So kudos.
Yeah, they do a great
kudos
job.
to those campuses.
And while Steve's up here, I should have said this during the comments. The retired teachers group had their meeting the other day, and they were asked to come and present to the retired teachers group. And when the ladies lined them up, our president, she didn't realize it was their day off, but they came anyway, okay? Not only did they come, but Jerry and I we all did, but Jerry and I commented about how proud we were of the presentations that you guys made. And we learned some things about what we've got that we didn't know too. So you might need to do that for the whole board sometime. But it was really great, and we had such good comments afterwards from everybody. They were so appreciative of that. So thank you for what you do and for what you did above and beyond. So thank you.
Thank you, not a problem.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. And now Dr. Hensley will talk to us about the English Learner Program evaluation.
No smart comments.
Welcome,
Dr. Jimerson and members of the Board of Trustees, we do this every year as required by the Texas Education Agency, and nothing has changed in our programming, but I'm here to provide you with the current status of our emergent bilingual program. So currently we have 1,055 total emergent bilingual students enrolled in Burleson ISD, which represents 8.3% of our district, which is up from 7.9 last year. Our current, since 2016, we've grown 110% in the EB population. And if you'd like to look at more closely on the enrollment trends, it's included in your board book. So in our program, we have 2 different programs. We have the English as Second Language. It serves emergent bilingual students in secondary and elementary campuses, and it serves about 717 students. And then we require all teachers to be ESL certified who support our ESL students. And for those teachers who are not certified, we offer training and reimbursement to add those certifications for each teacher. Our bilingual program serves over 259 dual language students at Taylor Elementary. We run a one-way dual language program, which means that the teachers provide English and their home language education at the same time. We require all bilingual teachers to have their certification and offer opportunities for ongoing professional learning geared towards biliteracy. All right, all of our EB students have language proficiency assessment committees, which is called an LPAC. They do them 3 times a year to make sure that all students have appropriate placement and testing accommodations. BISD also includes in their curriculum English language proficiency standards, or the ELPS, that make sure that our students are progressing in the English language acquisition in the areas of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So each year, our emergent bilingual students take the Texas English Language Proficiency Assessment, or the TELPAS. This is designed to measure if our students are becoming more fluent in English by progressing through the levels of beginning, intermediate, advanced, and advanced high in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Based on their scores in each of these areas, they are given composite scores. This chart represents those composite scores over the last 3 years. Much like STAR, there were new testing methods for the writing portion of the TELPAS in 2023. In 2023, the writing portion of the assessment was changed to an online platform and graded by state graders instead of by our own teachers. So of course, we've noticed a little bit of change and adjustment since 2022. However, there are still more changes coming, so get ready because in the upcoming year, it will change again because they are introducing a hybrid grading system for the writing, which means 75% of those tests will be graded by AI.
Who is AI? No, Alan Iverson.
Yeah.
Are we talking about practice?
They say that they have calibrated this year. They said last year, as they graded, that they calibrated through the grading of last year's online writing assessments, and that's how they've formulated the AI. So,
And we all know how reliable that has been for many publications that are getting caught using AI to write articles that should never have been written. Good times.
I'm happy to share some data based on STAR.
So, Dr. Sunshine, what else you got for us?
So as you can see, the blue and red columns, consistently our EB students are at or above state emergent bilingual students, and we are continuing to shore up the gap between our EB students and all of our students in Burleson ISD. And finally, in continuing support of our teachers, we provide curriculum where the English language proficiency standards are included. We also provide professional learning geared towards providing strategies in content and language instruction. We also are happy to provide ESL bilingual instructional specialists who provide teacher and classroom support. Additional support for our EB students and their families include a partnership with Denton ISD to provide adult ESL classes. We offer a summer program for our kinder and first grade emergent bilingual students. All campuses have included strategies within their campus improvement plans that outline EB student strategies. And finally, for our newcomers, we offer Rosetta Stone that can be used at school and at home.
So about how many languages do we cover?
That's interesting. I just counted today, and just off the top that I had, the data right there in front of me was 17.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I think Charlie, I talked to him, and I think he said the highest he's counted is 21 at one time. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lavon.
Keep forgetting to turn that on. Board members, you should have received the consent agenda in your packets. If you have no questions about it, I would like a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda as presented. Jerry, in a second, please. Michael, all in favor? See, all in favor, there will be none opposed. The motion passes. And now it is time to discuss our finances.
Yes. Okay, good evening, board members and Dr. Jimerson, colleagues. I am here to present the monthly financials for August in October. So compared to last year, we'll get started.
We're going to cover September too?
No, because September will be next month in November. We just do month by month.
Discuss August in October, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I thought you said and October.
No, I'm sorry. We're discussing August. We're in the month of October, but we're in August financials, so we won't skip September.
Is that what it is?
I didn't mean to make it difficult. I was just trying to be simple. But letting you know that, so back to August, our revenues aren't as high at the time. So we received $602,000 in revenues, and then our expenditures were at a little over $7 million. For food service, revenues at $524,000. If you'll notice, a little bit less in our federal programs, but we are up in our local receipts. And then our expenditures are at $265,000. For debt service, revenues consist of our local receipts at $229,000, and then our debt payment of $15.6 million that we make at the end of July for August 1st. Special revenue funds, we're at 48%. So as you see here, we start rounding or finishing up the 2022 school year. We get in the 23, and then we begin the 24 school year. So there's always kind of like a 3-year rotating in our special revenue programs, and they'll take those funds and move them over, so we make sure we expend all of them at 100%. For childcare, revenues at $16,213, and our expenditures are at $32,000. For capital projects, oil and gas, our beginning balance, $13.6 million. We did receive an increase in interest. The royalties are down a little bit from last year at this time, but our ending balance is $13.8 million. And payments over $10,000. I know this looks a little overwhelming, but we do get school started, so we make a lot of payments in July and August. If you'll see, most of them in 199, also a little bit in athletics, our special revenue programs, and then a little out of our capital projects. And the details are in your packet, so if you have any questions, please let me know. And then tax report. In August, we collected $40,549, and year to date, we're at $289,000. And then the capital update, you'll see Norwood is almost complete through August. They finished up a few things through September and October. And then the Mound project, we're in the beginning stages of that. And that is all I have for the regular financials.
All right. So we have. All right, so we need to approve our requisitions greater than $25,000.
Yes, ma'am. I just have 3 on here.
Okay.
For AP examinations, TEA, and then MVP marketing. I am going to invite Anne Marie up here for TIA. She can speak to you a little bit about this expense and how it affects Burleson ISD teachers.
Okay, yes. So just really quick on TIA, in 2021, we created our local designation system and submitted our application. In the summer of 2022, they accepted our application, and then we started to collect our data in the 23-24 school year. And then we collected the data this summer, and we are ready to submit it. And with our submission, we have a payment to send to them that we will be reimbursed for. And that's all I got. Any questions? Mm-hmm.
We had to do all the work. Mm-hmm. We had to do all the research and all the proposals, putting everything together, send it to them. And then we also have to send them money that they will give back to us.
They'll reimburse us.
Is there a schedule for that?
Yes, it'll be in September of 2024 is when we'll get reimbursed.
Keep it for a year.
Yes, and what it is it's for our designation. So whenever our application gets accepted, then they'll accept our designation system, and then we should be good to go for another year.
And use the money we paid them to send back to us to pay them.
It's the process. TEA.
Do we get it all back though?
Yes, we do.
Well, as of now, we do.
As of right now, we
So
do.
it just shows commitment
Subject to TEA.
to the program.
Yes,
A year from now saying, oh, by the way, the new rules that applied to last year.
have changed.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
We've not seen that.
No.
Not to mention, every school district in Texas doing that. And interest rates are doing what right now?
Pretty well.
Yeah, they're going up, aren't they? So who
Yeah.
would want a big stack of money to get interest on? So they can get some more money.
Yeah.
That's our money. That we should be getting.
I'll check your run for Jeff.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Poor Anne Marie.
So that's all I have for requisitions over 25. That's the last thing, if you'll approve that. If you, maybe, if you could. If it's required for us to send.
Okay.
That's it for me.
I'd like a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the requisitions over $25,000. Brian?
Thank you.
Second. Dallas?
Yeah.
All in
Thank
favor?
you.
All right, I see. All are in favor. There will be none opposed. The motion passes.
Thank you.
Is that all for Brenda?
That is it.
Brenda, thank you.
That's it. You're welcome. All right.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
Now we have Mr. Tom Dyer to talk to us about the TASB Update 120.
Was it 7:03?
Yes.
That's it.
We covered this all last month, actually, if you recall, but there really isn't much to it. This update is just 4 policies, and they're really minor revisions, but that's it. So no change from last month.
And this is from last month. It was presented, so this is a second reading.
All right, any questions? Comments? All right. Could I please have a motion that we approve Update 120 as recommended by TASB? Yeah, and a second, please. Jerry, all in favor? All right, I see all in favor. There will be none opposed. Yes.
Oh,
Motion
we've
passes.
had a plan for train derailment. It's just now been finally put into policy or recommended under, yeah, so it took a while for the legislature to catch up with us, I guess. Is that about right? I know, right? I know. We've already been doing it for years.
All right. So, Dr. Shirelli, would you please talk with us about amending our District of Innovation Plan?
Okay. I know. Okay, so Dr. Jimerson and Board of Trustees, I'm here tonight to present additions to our current District of Innovation Plan. TEA calls any changes we make an amendment, but really it's just additions to what we already have. So, what is District of Innovation? As you know, each legislative session, rules are made and then they apply to everyone. But a one-size-fits-all plan doesn't really work for every district. So TEA knows this. This is one thing they do know. And they have given an opportunity. Do they know? A little bit. So they allow high-performing districts, which we are, to exempt ourselves from some of those rules. And this provides us an opportunity to gain more local control and put in place innovative ideas. So if you remember, we became a District of Innovation in 2017, and then we re-upped that in 2022. However, Dr. Jimerson always tells us to never stop innovating and don't settle. So this year, the District Educational Improvement Committee on October 2nd looked to continue that process with a few more additions. In your board book, I have included a blank copy of what we turn into the state. You'll see it's really just check boxes. It's pretty basic. So we're not going into that tonight, but I did want you to see that that's basically what we turn into the state after tonight. So our first addition we'd like to add is certification requirements. In our District of Innovation Plan, we can locally certify CTE, fine arts, as well as college instructors. We included those because we believe that an expert in the field is a lot more beneficial than someone who just has a certificate piece of paper. For example, I would always rather someone with actual game design experience or someone with actual coding experience instead of someone who's just taken a class and had a certificate somewhere when we're working at GDDS. So our current plan allowed us to do that. But what we're looking to do is to expand this to be able to issue local certificates to teachers in hard-to-fill positions. Think of things like upper-level math and science, languages, special ed. But let me give you an example. After the DEIC committee, a participant that was on my committee meeting said, "Can I talk to you after?" I said, "Absolutely." She is a current special education paraprofessional in our district, was certified in another state. In order to certify here, she has to recertify in that state, pay thousands of dollars, and then go through an entire reciprocity agreement in order to be eligible to be hired here. This is someone who we already know, who already knows our systems, and honestly, we could find a job for her today. She wants to be here. But currently, TEA says she does not have a certain paper credential, and therefore we are not allowed to hire her. By expanding to this, it would give us the opportunity to take someone like that, who we know wants to work here and who we'd like to hire, a chance to become that full-time teacher. So, you know, there's a bit of a labor shortage. I know y'all know that everywhere. And we already demand excellence in our teachers, but we need the flexibility in today's job climate to hire someone like this when we need to. So we're asking the board to expand that to hard to fill positions. The next size is class size management. The second thing we're going to talk about is pre-K through 4, 22 to 1 class size rule. But let me start by saying this. We are not trying to change the 22 to 1 class size rule. I need to start by saying that. I don't know if y'all know, I work with a lot of elementary principals back here. They will hold me accountable if I try to change that. They are not going back to any of their campuses and saying my name asks to change that. We are not doing that. What we are asking for tonight is to stop having to send in the waiver every time that happens. So we try very hard to keep our classes at 22 to 1. We have 249 of these classes. I counted them today. Just so you know, in pre-K through 4, 249. But occasionally, an extra kid comes in, and it moves us from a 22 to a 23. We already have a process in place for this. We have a process in place because Dr. Jimerson makes sure we really follow this process. HR and I talk to the principals. We ensure that they go talk to the teachers. We find out how we want to move ahead, and then we go from there. Almost 100% of the time, the teachers say, if a kid comes in November and bumps us to 23, please don't split that class. We'd rather stay here. It's just one more student. We've already built relationships. But we want to be able to keep doing what we're doing and just not have to sit through the red tape and have to keep sending in to the state. Because every time we do that, y'all, it's just a rubber stamp. They've never said no to us because they don't really know what we're doing, or they really care. It's just another process to go through. And tonight we're asking to be relieved of having to go through that rubber stamping process. The final thing that we wanted to talk about tonight is annual trainings for all of our staff. Currently, TEA has very black and white rules that apply to every staff member in every position, no matter who you are. And really, one size does not fit all. We want an opportunity to develop a training plan that takes into account someone's experience, maybe their job responsibilities, and demonstration of mastery knowledge. Y'all, it is very different for a 15-year teacher who's taken the copyright online material every single year for 15 years versus a brand new teacher. And what we'd like to do is customize a training plan that actually makes sense instead of making our teachers, like we do right now, all of our staff sit through 20+ online trainings that are really just clicks of boxes. And I got to tell y'all, some of these trainings I've memorized by heart. And so I'm in year 25. I know all I can know about copyright, unless AI might change a few things. That year we'll do a refresh, but outside of that, there's a lot that's there. So really we're asking for the ability to design a training program for our staff that makes sense and recognizes that different people at different stages in their career have different needs. What makes BISD great is that we're always pushing ourselves to be more innovative. The state gives us, through the DOI process, a chance to do that, and we're always looking for ways to keep moving in a direction that gives the board the opportunity to be in the driver's seat for what's best for our community instead of Austin. So we're asking you to approve the additions to the District of Innovation Plan tonight.
It is rare that I want to give TA kudos because I don't.
Is it TEA or was it the legislature that did the DOI law? I don't know. Before we jumped out on the TEA. Okay,
Don't give them
kidding,
too much
Commissioner. Kind of.
Not really. Now, you know, the thing with the training, that is awesome. I mean, treating teachers professionally. I mean, that's wonderful. Really is. And the thing with the 22-to-1, Brett and I've had this conversation because that's been one of my things, you know. But I agree completely because when you have, I know there were times in the dark ages when I was still in the classroom, I'd rather have my 24 that I get at the beginning of the year because then you know you're not going to get any more new ones. You got them all year long. And if you say, oh, I'll just give her 20. Oh, no, I'd rather have them from the beginning. So it's really letting us make decisions that are best for the kids. And it's about time they did something right. So I have to give the devil his due on this one.
Well, I'm ready for them to do a board of innovation. Because those classes are the same every year. Okay. Any other questions or comments for April? All right. Then, if I could please have a motion that the Board of Trustees amend the District of Innovation Plan as presented.
So moved.
Pat, in a second, Dallas. All right, all in favor? I see all in favor.
Go
There will be
Rangers.
none opposed. The motion passes.
April, congratulations for not having to give bad news to us.
Hey,
Well, y'all can go home and watch it.
information item next month, copyright law for teachers. You can brief the board on it. Or you can bring the point and click and walk us through it.
So we are adjourned at 7:18.